I got my blue belt today in Jiu-Jitsu. It's something I've been waiting for a while, and my instructor knew that I had been waiting for it, so he messed with me, and he did a good job. He did this thing where he gave out stripes, which are like mini promotions or partial promotions. It's not a full belt promotion. It's you're part of the way there. And I've never seen him do this with the adults. He does it with kids all the time. With adults, I've only seen him give full belts. So I don't know if he decided to start a new practice or he just hadn't done it in a while and he got back to it. But he lined us all up and he started calling everybody's name. And the whole time, and I saw him, a stripe is basically when the instructor tears a piece of tape, like athletic tape, and winds it around your belt. And that signifies that you're moving up in rank and you're getting closer to the next belt. So he was giving people these stripes, and I was thinking to myself, don't call my name. I don't want a stripe. I want the whole belt. I don't want a stripe. So I was praying that he wouldn't call me and give me a stripe. Or what I thought he might do would be like, I think it's like 3 stripes and then you get the next belt. So I thought maybe he'll just give me 3 stripes and not give me the full belt, which would have been terrible. But so he calls me up and he gives me a stripe. And I was like, okay, this is not what I was hoping for. So I went up, shook his hand, got the stripe, got back in line, and just kind of, was like, okay, whatever. I'll deal with the emotions of this later. And then I think he, gave a couple more people stripes, got to the end, and he said one more, and then he called me back out and he gave me the full belt. So that was very memorable. I think I'll always remember that ceremony. Um, and then and then when somebody gets promoted to a belt, they do this thing for the adults where the person who got promoted walks through a gauntlet of the students of the class, and they all with just in a t-shirt, and they all slap him on the back or her with their belt. So it's like a rite of passage. So we did that. I walked as slowly as I could. Some people hit me pretty hard. I think I even screamed out a couple times towards the end. It was getting pretty painful. But definitely very gratifying. I would say the last 6 months was the toughest, or actually, that's not true. I think I reached a point about 6 months ago where I was certain that I was going to get promoted, and it didn't happen. And then there was like a period of maybe 1 or 2 months when it was the toughest, when I didn't know why it wasn't happening, but I didn't want to talk to my instructor about it because I thought, you're not supposed to do that in martial arts. And finally, I asked him. I said, what do I have to do to get promoted? And he said, he gave me his response, and just asking was like releasing like a pressure valve, and it allowed me to kind of just relax more and keep learning. So I was glad that I allowed myself to ask, because it was like this big taboo thing in my mind that you're not supposed to do. And for a long time, I wasn't allowing myself to do it, and I was just like torturing myself. And finally, I said, what's the harm? I mean, it's an innocent and honest question. And so just the process of dealing with the emotions of not getting what I want when I want it, and some, not just like a kid who doesn't get a present, but like something that I'm working really hard for and feel that I deserve, and I'm like, why isn't this happening? That's been a very valuable process, and I think I did it in a healthy way, and I think that's been really valuable. That'll be something that stays with me for the rest of my life. So it was great. The way that he gave it to me, the way that he did it, really made me feel special, because it showed that he saw me. Because all this time I've been thinking, like, maybe he doesn't see me, maybe he doesn't see how hard I'm working. And the way that he messed with me first and then gave me the belt, that was like exactly the right way to do it for me. So it's kind of like, yeah, this guy sees me. So that feels really good. And then to celebrate with the people in the school, my teammates, just people that I work hard with every day, that was really gratifying. It was nice. Just felt really good to have their congratulation, and just felt sincere. It was nice. It was nice to be in that group of people. I was happy. It's nice to have a group of people that I'm happy with, working hard with, celebrating with, and yeah, it's just wonderful.